For the 7th straight year, President Obama gives a live pregame Super Bowl interview. This year, NBC's Savannah Guthrie got the chance to ask the tough questions of the commander-in-chief before 100 million viewers. She did so in the White House kitchen.
I don't know if this makes it into your presidential briefing books, but have you been following Deflategate? You gave your State of the Union a couple of weeks ago. People noticed you had a pep in your step. You were confident. Your critics say maybe a little cocky. Your party lost in November, but you went in there with such swagger. Should you have been more conciliatory? Quick game of either or while we're having this beer. Football or basketball? Offense or defense? Wings or chips or guac?
Compare that to some of the questions you saw on the Fox News channel last year.
Was it the biggest mistake of your presidency to tell the nation over and over, if you like your insurance, you can keep your insurance? He testified that on the day that the ambassador was murdered and the 3 other Americans, he told Secretary Panetta it was a terrorist attack. Did he tell you, Secretary Panetta, it was a terrorist attack? I got to get to the IRS. You're saying no corruption.
Not even a smidgen was the answer. Howard Kurtz is the host of Media Buzz on Sundays right here on the Fox News channel. Howie, good to see you. Now, Savannah Guthrie went on this morning on the Today Show to air her pre-taped interview with Barack Obama, which was more extensive and was a fair interview. I mean, she pressed him on some significant issues like ISIS, and then when he gave her an answer, she pressed him again. She didn't let his answer stand. But talk about a missed opportunity with the viewership of the Super Bowl watching the one we just showed the clip of.
You took the words right out of my mouth, because this was a massive audience, biggest show, TV show really in history. And it was kind of like infotainment. I don't mind Savannah Guthrie having a couple of pops in the kitchen, but wings or chips, and there's particularly a point where she asked the president, was his State of the Union speech like an end zone dance? Well, he denied it. You know, there weren't very many questions where she tried to pin him down on much of anything. It was more like a casual chat.
Now, is that a decision? I mean, in my experience, from what I've been told by people who worked at NBC News and work there now, there's no way this wouldn't have been managed at the highest levels there. This isn't Savannah deciding how she's going to handle this. This is NBC News brass saying, this is how it's going to go down. Now go do it.
Oh, sure. The executives plan. How much time do we have? How much time do we have to spend on fluff? Do we want to air the more serious questions in the morning on the Today Show? She's not freelancing out there. You got a whole network with this rare opportunity of a Super Bowl interview with the president. And, I just could have done without some of the fluffier stuff, because it just, gives Barack Obama a chance to be funny, but doesn't hold him accountable.
Is that the point?
Well, maybe the philosophy at NBC is, it's Super Bowl Sunday and everybody's partying and we don't want to get too serious, but still, it's an opportunity, and you can do it in a way. I mean, Savannah Guthrie shouldn't try to be Bill O'Reilly. They have very different styles. But you can do it in a way that is doesn't seem like an inquisition, but is
like she
making
did
the
this morning on the Today Show.
Exactly. She knows how to do it.
What did you make of the fact that he made a flub about George Washington living in the White House, which of course wasn't built when he was president, and nobody, here it is, listen.
We make beer. First president since George Washington to make some booze in the White House.
What do you think the mainstream media would have done with that if George W. Bush had said it?
I'll tell you why the pundits didn't hold him accountable on that. Because they were all drinking beer at home watching the game. It just slipped right by.
I think it would have been a different story if that had been George W. Bush.